Resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies. It is what we make out of what we have, not what we are given, that separates one person from another. It is what we make out of what we have. Tread softly, breathe peacefully. We owe our children, the most vulnerable citizens in any society, a life free from violence and fear. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph overt. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. When a man is denied the right to live the life he believes in, he has no choice but to become an outlaw. There were many dark moments when my faith in humanity was sorely tested, but I would not and could not give myself up to despair. That way lays defeat and death. A good head and good heart are always a formidable combination, but when you add to that a literate tongue or pen, then you have something very special. No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin or his background or his religion. People must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love. There is nothing like returning to a place that remains unchanged, to find the ways in which you yourself have altered. Do not judge me by my successes. Judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again. Lead from the back, and let others believe they are in front. There is no passion to be found playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. If you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head. If you talk to him in his language, that goes to his heart. You can never have an impact on society if you have not changed yourself. Great peacemakers are all people of integrity, of honesty, but humility. Overcoming poverty is not a task of charity. It is an act of justice. When the water starts boiling, it is foolish to turn off the heat. There is no passion to be found playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. Money won't create success. The freedom to make it will. Courageous people do not fear forgiving for the sake of peace. If you are poor, you are not likely to live long. Only free men can negotiate. A prisoner cannot enter into contracts. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. If you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head. If you talk to him in his language, that goes to his heart. A good head and a good heart are always a formidable combination. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. After climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb. I can't pretend that I'm brave and that I can beat the whole world. Let freedom reign. The sun never set on so glorious a human achievement. If you want to make peace with your enemy, you have to work with your enemy. Then he becomes your partner. There is no easy walk to freedom anywhere, and many of us will have to pass through the valley of the shadow of death again and again before we reach the mountaintop of our desires. Even if you have a terminal disease, you don't have to sit down and mope. Enjoy life and challenge the illness that you have.